Okay, we're trying this again. Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Hopefully you're going to be able to find me on this one. And I see somebody came on. Hello. Don't know who you are until you say something. But obviously the computer didn't work. Last night the sound cut out, and then today it was the picture. Good morning, Tony. Good morning, Prochetta. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Navritti. Good morning, everybody. Hi, Hope. Yes, you found me. Good morning, Carol Ann. Hi, Jean Lorio. Yes, it's the disappearing lady, right? Hi, Megan. Yes, isn't this beautiful? I wanted to do this outside this morning so you could see all the beauty here. And let me introduce you to Chloe. Hi, Chloe. Say good morning. I'm sorry, it's Cleo. I keep calling this dog the wrong name. Cleo. Hi, baby cakes. Say good morning. Say good morning, good morning. Hi, Erica, happy. Yes, this is where I'm at. If you can see, whoops, I knocked my water over. I'm sitting in the back in the screened-in area. Isn't that gorgeous? This is real Florida, the all-natural part of it. Okay, turn me back around. So I'm doing this on my phone this morning. I'm having to hold it up so I may not be able to use my arm afterward. How's everybody doing? Yesterday was a full day, but I got almost everything out of my apartment. I have to go back after this show. I'll be going back to the apartment to just get the rest of what I couldn't get in the car. I will bring that down here and then sort through whatever I have to finish letting go of. Yes, isn't it beautiful here, Julie? I love South Florida for the beauty of it. Everything is just like so left in, except for buildings, of course. There's a lot of the nature part that's left intact. And my friend doesn't have any coffee in the house. Yeah, there's not really anything nearby that I can support it on. Or I would, but thank you for that. Hi, Sherry. Good morning. This is okay. It's okay, I am not stressing about anything right now. Even though I didn't get everything out like I wanted to yesterday, I got the majority of it out. And now I get to go back and just finish walking through and making sure that I didn't leave anything else behind. And hopefully I get to meet up with Linda. So what are you all doing today? It's Tuesday. And let me see who else is on here. Yeah, if I had something to prop the phone up on, I could do that, but there's nothing nearby for me to just set it on without it sliding back off. So there's 3 dogs here. You got to meet Cleo. There's also Bella and Dingo, but I have no idea where they're at. They're just doing their own thing. They have doggy doors, so they can come and go as they wish. But Cleo decided to hang with me. Thank you, Cleo. It was very interesting waking up this morning because it's been a long time since I had an animal sleep with me in the bed, And both Cleo and Bella had kept me company last night. So Sally, you're at home today working in your own home and playing with your singing bowls. That's right, the shop is closed. So you have today to play. I love that. I love having one day designated that you know that it's not your normal routine. Oh, I think the doggy wants out here. Let me see if I can walk and talk. That might be something interesting for Teri to learn how to do, walk and talk. Because I'm probably going to be doing a lot of that on my adventure. You want inside, Cleo? Here comes Bella. Let me turn the camera so you can see. Okay, there's Bella. Hello, do you want to come say hello, Bella? And here comes Dingo. Come on, baby. Dingo's a little shy. Okay, so he's not gonna. He says, nope. You can't make me. I'm not going to do it. Hey, hey, hey. No growling. It's really been fun being around dogs again. And they're such great personality. Except they like to growl at each other. Hey, Bella. Bella, can you say hello? Can you say hello to the peoples? This is Bella, and she's adorable. She is the sweetest dog. Gabby's here. I'm not sure what Dingo is. He has such an interesting personality. Y'all get to see me get doggy kisses this morning. Hi, Bella. Mwah. I love you. I love you. Yeah. And now they're going to get jealous of each other because one of them can't get more attention than the other, God forbid. Yeah, we can't show one of you more than the other one, can we? Hi, honey. I love you. I love you. Yes, you're a good girl. They're just amazing. And in the morning, my friend has this routine. When she gets up, she goes straight to feed them, and they get a treat. So as I got up and I'm walking out the bedroom door, I'm thinking, I really have to go potty first, guys. And so I got an entourage following me to the bathroom this morning, and then they followed me like the Pied Piper down the hallway because they knew what they were going to get. So they got their treat, and then they got their food. That they're just adorable. They're so sweet. And normally having a stranger in the home, which I've met them once, so I virtually was a stranger to them. And normally that's something that dogs are like, hey, you're in my house, let me protect my house. But they just protected me with love. They're just, we love you, welcome. Are you going to feed us? Good morning, Marianne. So this is an interesting experience for sure. I will be here for the next 10 days. I'll be staying with my friend and taking care of her babies while she's away, having fun and just getting away from her routine. She works really hard. So I'm so glad that she's able to get away, that I had the time that I could just be here with these babies. And Jean, of course not. You have to treat all the animals equally. I know, right? They all get equal attention. But Bella, it seems, is the more demanding one. She's the one that says, you will pay attention to me. So, of course, I do. I give her love. I give all of them lots of love. What's up, Chloe? Chloe just doesn't know what to do with herself. She says, I'm not used to people sitting outside. So this is a beautiful part of Florida. It's North Florida. North Miami. So I'm not down into the really heavy energy of Miami. I used to work down here in this area about 30 years ago, so this is a very familiar scenery to me. And I don't like going down into the city part of Miami, though. I have gotten lost in Miami before, and that's no fun. Now I have GPS, thankfully, so it can get me where I need to go. But this whole experience, as it started yesterday, and loading up the truck and seeing things going from where I'm at, it was so interesting because there's two different roads, interstates, that can get me to my friend's house where I was taking the furniture in the car. So I had sent the guy that was driving the truck the address, and I thought, okay, he'll put it in his GPS, and I don't have to worry about sticking close to him. So I'm behind the truck. We're driving down the road to get to the interstate, and he passes the entranceway to the interstate. And I couldn't get over, so I had to get on the interstate. So I did, and I called real quick and said, "What's going on? You missed the entrance to the interstate." Well, I didn't get the address, and I know he did because he had read the name back to me. So I'm like, okay, I'll resend it. There were two guys. I'll send it to the other phone. So they got the address, and I had to exit off so I could talk to them on the phone. And they said they got the address. And I said, okay, I'm getting back on the interstate. Let me know when you're on. So then I get the message, they're taking the turnpike, which is the other road. So here I was, already separated from my things. What kind of metaphor is this, right? I'm on one interstate, they're on the turnpike. We're both headed to the same direction, but here I am all by myself, and my furniture and these guys are headed the other way on another road. They're headed the same way, but on another road. So I thought that's quite a metaphor, that I'm not even right there as it's being taken to where it's going to go. It was like a total release. Like, God was saying, okay, you've decided to separate from it. Now here, I'll show you the evidence of that. And anytime we just step back and allow, like our friend Marietta says, accept, align, allow, we see the beauty of it, and we see the perfection of it. That I had that time to me, didn't have to worry if the truck was okay, if I could see it, if I couldn't see it. It was just me time. And I chanted all the way to my friend's house. I chanted Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. And so then I switched over and chanted Om Gangana Pataye Namaha for any obstacles to be taken out of the way, for them to find their way there exactly, and not have to worry about, where they were, or, was it the right place, where to put the truck. And we have guard dogs all of a sudden. It's okay, Bella. So the guard dogs spotted something, obviously, in the yard, and they have to now protect the outside of their house. Hi, Becky. So that was my adventure yesterday with the furniture. Oh, so this is the very beginning of my journey, and thank you to all of you who are taking the journey with me, who are coming along and just being here. I'm going to try to pull this up on my computer to see if I can see your comments better. Oh, it's about an hour from my house, Marianne. So I had to come south, and then when I leave here, I'll be heading out north, and it'll take me, it's probably going to take me maybe 18 hours to get to my first stop. So that first day when I head out of here, I'm thinking that's going to be September 11th. I'm going to be hitting the road from here and taking a big chunk of the journey going to see Carrie. That's going to be my first stop. It's to see Carrie Butcher in Knoxville. And I can't wait to get up there and see her. Okay, so I can't get this up on my computer, so I'm having to look at your comments on here, and hopefully I won't miss any of them. So once I get everything completely out of the apartment, then I can really sit here where I'm at by myself. Well, of course, with the doggies. But I can be here in this beautiful place, in this energy. What are we barking at, guys? Oh, the neighbor was leaving. Okay, so I'm headed to Carrie. That's the first stop. And then probably stop and see my family for a day in Kentucky. And then from there, I will be in New York to pick up my chariot. Oh my goodness. And the race is on. I know. They're barking at someone, and I can see the front door. I don't see anybody at the door, so I'm not going to stress over what they are stressing about. Do you hear the birds? I think those are our green parrots. Lots of activity this morning. Erica, I have to go to Queens to pick up the vehicle that I'm going to be going through the country in. And I should be in Queens on the 14th of September. I'll pick up the vehicle there and then start heading west, making my way to Michigan. And in Michigan, I have a training that's going to happen on the 19th. So anyone that has not signed up yet to do the training, it is a certification. I know, Sally, welcome to the jungle. It's just a field behind her, as you can see. It's all natural beauty. And I'm watching these birds just fly in a circle. Oh, they look like macaws. And we have a lot of just birds out in the wild here. The parakeets, parrots, macaws. They're in the trees. They're everywhere down here. So, yeah, so you may hear a lot of bird noises as I sit out here, which I love being outside doing this show. Oh, there they go. I wish you could see them. Maybe you did as they flew above the tree line there. Yeah, it's just so interesting to be out in nature and to feel this nature energy. This is really my first day of my journey, and it's so healing. And it's the 1st of September, so welcome September. But this nature energy right here is so healing, and I feel like that's the starting point. Oh, Sally, I wish I could bring one back to you, honey. They are everywhere. They're just, and the residents are not happy because the iguanas are out in their natural habitat, but they're interfering with the residents. So they're not harmful at all. They eat, and that's what everybody complains about. They eat their gardens that they have outside or their plants, and well, they have to eat, they have to munch on things. But I wish I could bring you one. They're so adorable. I love the iguanas. Good morning, Catherine Geddes. Thank you for being here. And Erica, I'll send you a message with the flyer for the training. It's a certification in energy healing, and it teaches you all about the chakras, what could possibly be happening if a chakra is out of balance or out of alignment, and then how to work with that energy to bring it back into alignment, how to help the person that you're working with to heal themselves. We all heal ourselves. And it's working with the angels and the masters, so there's some teaching about that as well, about who we're working with, who brought who brought this energy through, and getting to know some of those angels a lot better. I teach a lot about the angels. I actually have a training called A Course in Angels, where I teach you more about each one and what they're here for, how they help us. So I'll be sharing that with you as well. I'm going to be videotaping that course before I leave Florida. So that's something that will be available online at any time. And the course that I'm teaching at Sally's Zenlightenment, you can either come there and take the training live, or you can participate online through Zoom. So you can do it either way, and it'll be effective whichever way you do it. But we'd love to have some of you there with us, and to really be able to feel your energy live, because it's so amazing to do that. Tony, you're saying no thank you. Is that to an iguana? Because they're so amazing. They really are amazing creatures. They're so just gentle. They're not aggressive at all. They don't come up to you and try to bite you. They do get big. I've seen some really big iguanas here. But for the most part, the ones I see are just like lizards. They're not huge at all. Jean says, are the birds native to Florida? I can't see all of it. Okay, it's not letting me see your whole comment, Jean. Okay, oh, there it goes. Are the birds native to Florida, or are they birds that have been introduced to the area? I never thought of jungle birds in Florida. Oh my God, Jean. We have so much wildlife here in Florida. It's just incredible. Florida is, I guess it's not really an island because we're not totally surrounded by water. I think it's called a peninsula, where there's one part that's connected to the rest of the landmass. But we have so much nature here. We have alligators, iguanas, deer. Florida does have deer. We have bears. We have panthers. The birds, there are birds, every kind of bird you can imagine here in Florida. And I think I may have to move because the sun is just popping through the window all of a sudden, or through the screen. But yeah, they are native. Especially there's like the parrots. And there's a part very close to where I am right now. It's called the Everglades. And it's all swamp area. So there's more animals down there. And there's snakes down there. Lots of snakes of all kinds, which I'm okay staying away from that. I am not a snake person. I'm sorry. I love animals. I love all kinds of animals. But me and snakes just don't get along. And Tony, we're talking about the iguanas. Oh, Tony, I think once you saw the beauty of them, you might just love them from a distance, but still not be standoffish with them, because they don't harm. They're just there, and they're beautiful. They're all different colors, and they have different designs on their bodies. So they're just amazing. Okay, Sally says, Tony hates them. She woke up to my 4-foot soggy on her feet. Yeah, that would be kind of an awakening, wouldn't it? To see that in the morning. But they're not scary. They're not aggressive. They're just love. Just like all animals, they're just love. Hi, Isabel. Good morning to you. And Becky says, spiders are my fear. Well, Becky, I love spiders. That's the interesting thing. I don't care for snakes being near me. They're okay being where they're going to be, but just don't come near me. But spiders are a different story. I love spiders. I love spider energy, I think, more than anything. They eat insects, which I'm very grateful for, because me and insects certainly don't get along. And I just let the spiders be, and I talk to them, and I thank them for doing their job. I thank them for doing what they do, because without them, we would be overrun by mosquitoes and other insects. So I'm very, very grateful for spiders that do what they do. And I love spider webs. Spider webs intrigue me. And I think that's why I really wanted to learn how to do dream catchers. So I did. About 30 years ago, I learned how to make dream catchers from a Native American. And there's the story of the dream catcher, and how it was originally meant to be was like a spider web, and that's what it looks like. You can see different designs of the web part of it. And the idea with the dream catcher is that it captures any low vibrations, any of your energy when you're dreaming. You know, we sometimes have things that come through that are not pleasant. So it catches all of the unpleasant dreams and sorts them out, and then any good vibrations sift back down to you from the feathers. So I love dream catchers. I make them. I've been making them for 30 years. And Sally, I'm bringing all my material that I had where I was working with creating dream catchers and all kinds of things. I am going to have to move out of the sun. So let me see where I can go, where I'm not being blasted by sun. I think I can find another chair to sit in to talk to you. Okay. This one's not too bad. There we go. Now I'm out of the sun, and you can still see all the nature behind me. This is my friend's hot tub. So there we go. There's the yard and some of the nature that you can see behind her house. And I saw Catherine Kovacs come in. And Catherine, I'm in North Florida, North Miami right now. Sally says, I'm getting used to spider webs, but I still don't like them. Spiders are bringing me through that fear. Exactly, Sally. When we work with our fear and we can get to a place of being okay, you know, you're not going to go from that deep fear to joy, but you can start working with the energy and acknowledging the fear, and then just getting more and more okay with what it is that you were afraid of. I have one fear, and that's of heights. If I'm somewhere high and I don't have something to hold on to, I get so disoriented and feel like I'm falling. So that's the one thing that I do fear. And when I went up in a hot air balloon, trust me, that was, I was excited about it, but I was also scared to death. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be up high, above everything, out in the open. But thank goodness you can hold on to the basket. You can hold on to the side of that. So that was, it was a very great experience because I was able to have something to touch. So that's my fear of heights is something that I'm working on. And when I went to the Grand Canyon, that was the other thing. It was like standing right on the edge of that canyon looking down. I couldn't look straight down. I had to look out across it. It was massive. So I was able to look out across the canyon and not down into it. But, you know, we all have our things. We all have stuff that we have to learn to adapt and work with it, just working with the energy of it. So that's what I've done little by little. I still can't stand on top of a building without something to hold on to, but How often do I do that, right? The last time I remember being on top of a building was when the day that the Challenger blew up, the space shuttle. I was on top of the building where I was working. We all were so excited, and we had climbed up there, and we saw that, live. We saw it happen right in front of us, that shuttle blew up. So that was my last experience on top of a building. But I try to avoid heights if possible, unless it's, like I said, where I can hold on to something, and then I'm good. Oh, thank you, Catherine. Hello, Melody Clausen. Good morning to you. And Maria says that she loves dream catchers. Yes, I do. I love them. I have a page on Facebook called Made by an Angel. And that was the tagline that I used, that I would put on every dream catcher I made. I do wood burning, so I would wood burn that onto a small piece of wood, and I would hang that from the dream catcher. So you can go to Made by an Angel and see all of the creations that I have done over the years with the dream catchers. And Sally says, I tried to break that fear, and no way. That's the fear of spiders. Yeah, there's certain spiders that it's good to be afraid of, like the black widows and the brown recluse is what we have down here that are so dangerous and deadly. So you need to know which ones you should be afraid of and stay away from. But even those, I pour love into them. I have seen both. I've seen the black widow, I've seen the brown recluse, and I just tell them, I love you. I just love you, and just pour that kind of energy into them. Let's see what Jean is saying. Jean says in Bhutan, they make what looks like dream catchers also. They not only catch bad dreams, but in their beliefs, they also catch any evil spirit that might be trying to attack them. Yeah, the dream catchers, that's the whole concept. They would hang it above their babies when the babies were born, and it was to catch any negativity, anything that was trying to come near where the baby was. So we can do that with ourselves. Hang that dream catcher where you sleep and just keep out any negative or low vibration. And Becky says, try glass elevators. No way. I have been in the glass elevators, Becky, but you know what? I have something to hold on to. There's a wall behind me. So I'm good. As long as I can touch something, I'm good. But it's just that being there in that space without anything to hold on to. Now, I have done astral traveling. And it's interesting that there's no fear when I do that. But when you astral travel, when you leave your body behind and just go wherever your spirit is taking you, you set your intentions before you actually do that process. So that's what has helped me with working with the fear. Because I remember the first time, I astral traveled just spontaneously. But the first time I did it with someone leading me through the process, they had to really reinforce that it was okay, that my body was still intact, my body was still where it was sitting there waiting for me. So that has helped me. That's one exercise that does help with the fear of heights. I don't know why it's not liking to open up. There we go. Sally says, I was in Texas at the time that happened. Oh, she got stuck in an elevator. I saw that. Oh, Becky, you got stuck in the glass elevator for one hour and thought you were dying. Sally. Okay, so Sally, you tried to break the fear of spiders. You were in Texas at the time that happened. Weirdly enough, it was the last thing I did with who is now my main spirit guide, my Tia Janie. Awesome. In Texas, everything is bigger too, Sally, so I can imagine those were big spiders out there. We have some pretty big ones here, but the biggest ones I've seen are out in Arizona. There are really big spiders in Arizona. And when I was at the Grand Canyon, Oh gosh, this was maybe 8 years ago. Two of my sisters were with me, and we were at the Grand Canyon, and we had to stop. There was like a backlog of cars as we were trying to get out. And the park ranger was explaining that sometimes the tarantulas come up out of the canyon, and they're huge. I mean, like really huge. And he said they block the roadway, and they can't harm them, so they have to kind of, scoot them and hope that they'll keep moving and get out of the roadway because they block the traffic. I thought that was so interesting, and my sister was dying. She's like, please don't let me see it, because she hates spiders. Marianne, you love the orchid. Yes, isn't that gorgeous? My friend has such a green thumb. I hope I don't kill her plants while she's away. I don't want to even touch anything. It's like, I don't know if I'm supposed to be giving anybody water, but I'm sorry if I'm supposed to. Carol, you have to run. You have a doctor's appointment. Please put me in the prayer circle today for my eyes. We certainly will, Carol. We will lift you up, darling, and hope that goes well for you at the doctor. Christina, good morning. She says, I'm not a fan of heights, especially stairs you can see through. I had to do the last part of the Statue of Liberty on my horse. Love to fly, though. I do too, Christina. Isn't that interesting? But again, like I say, it's if I can hold on to something, I'm perfectly fine. And Sally, don't like glass elevators either. I have also astral traveled and no fears. Yeah, not one fear. Isn't that interesting? Marianne says, my fear is snakes, and I am a gardener. We had a garden the whole time I was growing up, Marianne, and there were always snakes. Always snakes. Green snakes, garden snakes, rattlesnakes, water moccasins, black snakes, you name it. There were snakes everywhere. I was in the mountains, and I think there must be a mountain snake. But whatever was there, it came to the garden because it wanted to eat. And I would come home sometimes from school, and we had a gate. We had a fence with a gate. You had to go open up the gate with this latch. And I would reach my hand up to open the gate, and I always had to look because they loved to lay across the gate, just stretch out right in that part of it. So I was always very diligent about where the snakes were. Charlie Coons, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well this morning, Charles. And Marianne, you just saw a black racer yesterday. As much as I don't like snakes, I like watching the sidewinders. I think they are the most interesting snake there is, just to watch them and their movement and the way they move. Sally, you were in Texas when the shuttle blew up. Yeah, I remember that so clearly. We were just standing there watching. We had the sound on of where they were talking about what was going on with it. And when it blew up, there were two parts. And we're going, I don't think it's supposed to do that. We didn't know yet that it had blown, but we were sure that it wasn't something that was supposed to be happening. And what a sad day that was, the loss of life and just the whole experience. It was very sad. And Prachetta, hi honey, she says, connectivity is bad here today. I'm sorry, darling. Well, I'm only going to be on a few more minutes. I go ahead and have you all put your prayers in. I'm sorry about the jumpiness here of the phone, but I've been holding it up. I have no place that I can set it so that I can just talk. So I'm having to hold the phone, and it is our prayer time. So if you would just say any other prayers, we're going to lift Carol Ann up. Today is Gita's daughter's birthday. So let's say happy birthday to Gita's daughter and lift her up in prayer today. And Erica, your internet's unstable too. Oh, I'm sorry. And Jean says, were they daddy long legs, Sally? They are totally harmless. but they can be as large as tarantulas. I'm trying to get this to open. My son had a beautiful tarantula with pink feet. P.S. No, I know I misspelled it, but I'm too lazy to look it up. Yes, I knew what you meant. It's tarantulas, and they're a very docile creature. I've I've been around them, and they don't harm you. They're just big. They're just a big animal. It's just like we have different sizes of other animals, like dogs. I was a little concerned with Dingo. I'm like, you're a really big dog, And a lot of times with bigger dogs, they don't know their size. So, like, when they jump up on you, um, they don't know that they can knock you backwards. So, yeah, everything, I think all animals, they pretty much come in different sizes. So, same with spiders. There's different sizes of them. And Sally says, my Tia and I watched them in the 60s and continued into her last days. Yeah, I loved watching the space shuttles. I loved watching the energy of them as they went up. Erica, self-confidence, emotional healing. Okay, so we'll lift you up today, Erica. And let's just lift up our whole family. I know, Prachetta, you usually put in for everyone that has been struggling physically, including Tony and Wendy, our beautiful Hope. And let's add Gabby in there. I haven't seen Gabby on here in a couple of days, so we're going to lift up Gabby. Oh, there's Hope. Prayers for you, Teri, on the beginning of your new beginnings. May you be protected. Prayers for the entire tribe. And prayers for my lovely kidneys. Yes, we are claiming perfect health for you, dear one. And we are seeing those kidneys functioning the very best they can. We're claiming an awesome kidney function for you. And Sally says, lifting Teri up on her journey, Tony for her health challenges, Prachetta and Prachir for their journey, and everyone else for their greatest needs to be met. Thank you, Sally. And Prachetta says, special prayers for good health for Tony, Wendy, Shantae, Hope, and Stacy. Special prayers of abundance, courage, strength, and happiness for Sally, Tracy, David, Prachir, Neil, Annika, and Vanya. Big, big prayers of happiness, protection, and safety for my beloved fairy Teri, and lots of love. And let's add Stacy in to the prayers today. She's going through a lot of stress right now, and Stacy does have Crohn's disease, so stress does not set well with that. And she's getting ready to move, and that's been a very stressful part of the journey, is all the paperwork and the did we get it, or is there another hold up, and everything that's going on with buying a house. So let's lift her up and keep her in our prayers for her to have her vibration high during this time, and to know that she's surrounded by her family here. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our meditative prayer. And let's see if I can turn the camera maybe and show you the outside as I'm doing this. So you have the nature to look at. Yes, stress is evil for Crohn's, isn't it, Tony? So let's just go into our hearts, feeling into the energy of this nature that's right outside, and bringing in the energy of Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, going into our true, authentic self. So as you even think those words, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo, it brings you to a beautiful energy, that beautiful place where only love is real. And that's where we are right now. We're in our hearts. We're just loving the journey. We're just loving every bit of being here at this time in this world. The world with all of its stresses, all of its chaos, all of the contrast. But we came here for this contrast. We came here to learn and to grow with this human experience. So let's look at all of the ones who are seeing the contrast and are not feeling into the perfection of it. So feel into the perfection of every lesson that you're here to learn in this lifetime, that the contrast is helping you to understand it. The contrast is showing you that you are powerful. You are a powerful creator, and you have within you everything you need to work through any stress that happens, any struggle, any challenge. You have the energy inside of you and the knowledge inside of you to be able to deal with it and to learn and grow from it. So let's breathe right into that heart center. Just breathe in the love. Focus on the nature. Breathe in that nature energy. Just letting the plane go by so you can hear me over the noise of the plane. So breathe in this nature energy into your heart. And let's say those words again. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. We commit to being our true, authentic self. We commit to being peaceful in this world and loving and kind and seeing each other in their perfection, seeing each person as a spark of the divine. And when we do that, we bring more peace into the world. It's our desire to live in a peaceful state, a state where the illness is not there, the disease, the virus. So we are releasing that energy and claiming its perfection. We're seeing it being released from us, knowing that only love is real. We are loving that virus away. We are loving it to its perfect state. And we can all do this because we're gathered together as one, this whole family. We are just one. There is no separation. So breathing in the energy of nature and just allowing yourself to be with each other, to love each other, to come together in unity. And let's look at all the prayer requests that were lifted up. See each one coming into its perfection. Whatever is needed, that perfection is there. And I just got a message on my phone that I have low battery. So I'm going to go ahead and end our show the way we always end it. We're going to hold one person and just say to that person, I love you. So I'm just picking someone now, holding you tight, and say, I love you. And thank you. That's the other part of this morning's show is gratitude. We start off each day with gratitude and love. So holding the entire group, just envision we're in a circle. You're totally surrounded by each other and by the angels. We've lifted up your prayers. We've held you in our hearts. And now we're going to give some gratitude for you. So on the count of 3, we are going to say, thank you, I love you. And just really say it with that passion in your heart. So 1, 2, 3. Thank you. I love you. I'm giving you this love that I have inside for you to take and for you to really experience love all day long. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for being here with me this morning. the first day of September, the first day of my new adventure, my new journey. And I'm excited. I'm really excited that I'm taking all of you along with me and letting you see the things that I see, the nature that I see. This whole journey is healing nature, being healed from nature and healing nature. So thank you for being along with me for this wild ride. And now please lift me up as I have to get back on, I get to get back on the interstate to go back to my house, my prior residence, and finish cleaning out anything else that's left behind there. So blessings to all of you. Have a very beautiful, beautiful rest of your day. And just love on each other. Anyone that you may have a conflict with, just send them love. Love is healing. So when you send that love out, you're going to experience a blessing. And especially if it's someone that you're not in alignment with right now, just see that person in their perfection and say, thank you. I love you. It'll make a big difference in your world. And I see Prachetta has typed in the words that we use to end each show. I love that word, namaste. I love it. Some people say it's overused. I think it can't be used enough because namaste is acknowledging the spirit in each of us. The spirit in me acknowledges and loves the spirit in you. So we end each day saying namaste, y'all. And I hope you all have a blessed, blessed rest of your day. I love you so much. Bye, everybody.